Here's the before and after of what one of these bowls will look like once fired. The surfaces of these bowls just after being glazed can be quite messy, so they need to be tidied up before they can be fired. This is a process I do with a mask on so I don't breathe in too much dust. The interior surface is always the most straightforward to clean up. I scrape over the indentations left by the tongue marks, grinding them back to be flush and in line with the rest of the surface, with the majority of the dust being poured into the water I work over. I sometimes use a paring knife or a metal kidney to scrape over these when they're on a flat surface, and it's also at this point that I make the surface as even as possible, carving back any stray drips as well as cleaning up the foot. This is the trickiest part with a pot like this, as all it takes is one mistake to chip away more glaze than I'd like, which then requires some fussy fixing, which is always so irritating when it happens on the rim or on the foot. The footwell is given a fettle over with a finger and a thumb, and then I use a small, damp sponge to properly tidy the foot, to create a line where glaze and clay meet that's really crisp and clean. But it's the inside edge which is the hardest part to do. But all of this is helped by the fact that when I'm trimming the foot, I make sure this portion is comprised of 3 distinct planes, which makes gliding a knife or a sponge along them easier, as they almost act like a guide. Whereas if the foot itself was rounded, it would be much more difficult to tidy up, as there wouldn't be the distinct boundaries which these feet have.